Are you happy to see me? I've returned. I've returned to your kingdom. I want to ask a simple question, but I think it's complex. How little can you be something ethnically and still identify as part of that? I mean, I'm going through my own Rolodex of things that I am. For example, so after thinking that I was a quarter Italian my whole life, ethnically, I'm only, is it 2%? So, okay, so I'm 2% Italian. I'm actually twice as much Greek. I'm 4% Greek. And then double that, and that's pretty much how Sephardic Jewish I am. That's pretty much how Middle Eastern I am. And as we get higher and higher, then we finally get to Central American. I'm, what is it, 23%? So it's like, if you're close to a quarter or something, sure, you can identify as that. Like, no one's really going to question that. Oh, I'm a quarter of this, a quarter of that. Okay. But, okay, once you start cutting that in half and that in half, I'm not going to deny that my great-grandmother was Sephardic Jewish now that I know that. I always had some hints that that was maybe the case, but she died before even my mother was born. She died when my grandfather was only, I think, 8 years old. So according to these tests, and according to even, I don't know, Jewish people I've always felt a connection with. So I wasn't surprised to find that out. But it does make me wonder, though, how little can you be something and identify with that ethnically, or maybe even culturally? Maybe that's part of my question that I don't know how to answer it or how to really ask it. But it's like I've said in a previous video, my mom is 2% West African, which means I'm 1%. I'm not here to claim that I am African American. At the same time, I have no reason to deny that I'm of African descent. But at some point, I think it kind of cuts off. And maybe that's even where the cultural connection is. Like, to be a quarter something, you can still culturally identify with that. I don't know. Even for me, though, I feel connected to the Sephardic Jewish part of me. I've been fascinated by Jewish people, Jewish customs, Jewish culture for quite a while now. So to find out that I'm part of that, to find out that I had a great-grandmother who was, I'm not surprised by that. To me, that's part of my identity, my culture. So maybe in this little monologue, I've answered my own question, that ultimately, how little can you be something ethnically and still identify as part of that? I'd say as long as culturally you connect to that, then there you go. Do I feel connected to Greek culture? I'm 4%. Not so much. Did I identify most of my life as Italian, even though it was only 2%? Yes. But of course, I guess that's another video, that perhaps this whole idea of Italian is more of a cultural and less of an ethnic thing. That's a different video. But for now, though, I think you've helped me. You've listened to me, and you've helped me understand. The answer to my question is actually, how little can you be something and still claim it as part of who you are? As long as there's a cultural connection, as long as there's some part of your identity that connects to that, then you are. So even though I'm only 7.5% Sephardic Jewish, I can proudly identify as part of that. And I know that without that great-grandmother, you wouldn't be looking at me right now. I would just be a blink. It'd be like this. And you wouldn't want to watch that. You'd rather watch this guy, right?